So let's kick off these jackpots. Starting it off, it is Rich over at the Black Bear Lodge and Saloon. Rich took home $717. Nice job to you.
Nicely done. Next up, they actually took home 2 different jackpots yesterday. It was winning 70K. They didn't actually win 70K, but they took home 2 different jackpots. They were playing over at the Ottertail Supper Club, and the first one they took home was $746. Only to just keep on winning and take home $625 later that same day.
Awesome stuff. Nice job to you winning 70K. But of course, Six Pack One over at 1020 took home $632 for themselves. Nice job. And then up next, it was El Mundi over at Handlebar, taking away $884. Nice job to you as well. But we did have 2 more jackpots rounding off the list, and actually winning the biggest of the day, it was Marco over at Adagio's, taking away $6,748. Nice job to you, Marco. But ending off the night correctly, it was Cinders over at Vic's Bar and Grill in Moorhead, taking $788 at the end of the night. Nice job to all the winners from yesterday. You guys took home 7 total bona fide jackpots. That's some pretty crazy stuff.
Absolutely. We love seeing all the different jackpots that we can give out here at Pilot Games, and a great way for you guys to do that. Before I talk about your next potential opportunity, we got Hey F. They're playing over at Main Street Sports Pub Glencoe, and they're taking home that must-go prize, $24.60 in this first round of Game Day Bingo. We're about to be enrolled in our second game, where that minor prize, already over $100, is clicking up to 54 balls or less now. It's definitely a little bit more doable and officially on the line, as it was at that same ball count as that mega this past round.
Oh, 100%. So nice job to you, Hey F, and be sure to get enrolled into this next one. Like Jordy said, all those jackpots are getting bigger and better. But we just released a brand new E-Tab game. We're listening to it right now. It's the new and improved version of the Pilot Game's favorite, Finnegan's Gold. This game is great with 4 separate bonus rounds. There's an instant win, a wheel round, a balloon bonus, and a free play round as too. Unlocking more grids of those symbols in the free play leads to even more wins. So definitely be sure to check it out and let us know what you think. We love hearing back from you guys about all those new games that we release.
Oh, absolutely. But if you guys want to be up to date when we are releasing those awesome games, see promos of the videos that we are going to be releasing and all that jazz, head on over to our Facebook page and give us a like and follow once you search up Pilot Games. You'll be able to keep up with all of our weekly bingo schedules, event details, big progressives, player pictures, and even utilize that link tree. On our website link, it's got direct links to all of our social media, like Twitter and Instagram, all of our streaming platforms, pgl.world, and even all the locations around Minnesota that you guys can go check out Pilot Games at. It's a great resource to use, so I suggest you guys go use it.
Yeah, I agree very much with that. But of course, we got a lot of stuff in store for this week and today. So starting it off, we obviously got a Cup of Joe with Jordy in the morning every day starting at 11:30. So be sure to be there to get some extra information about all the stuff we got in store for you guys throughout the day. But starting it off for the bingo day, we got the Game Day Bingo 50-cent cards, and we're playing them right now all the way from 12 to 1 p.m. During this time, you can get chances at the minor, major, and mega jackpots. You can see them right in front of you. That minor is over $150 and 54 balls or less to win. That major right now is at $1,000 and 48 balls or less to win. You can still take it home. But that mega jackpot is at $74,492 and 52 balls or less to win. So definitely try and get at that one. It is looking pretty crazy getting into these games coming up. But to end off the Game Day Bingo slant right at 1 p.m., we got the first game of Lucky 4 Bingo to get into and the first chance at over $87,000. Definitely some awesome stuff to get into for the Lucky 4 Bingo. But right after that first game, we do have 3 more hours of Game Day Bingo to play. So, of course, you guys can get a lot more chances at the Mega Jackpot if we aren't able to get it out during this lunchtime. But right afterwards, we have the second chance of Lucky 4 Bingo of the day. And of course, if you don't get that huge jackpot in the first one, you get another chance at it right at 4 p.m. And that the second game of Lucky 4 Bingo is what kicks off our happy hour live stream. It's a lot of fun, and we got a lot of Skull Bingo to get into.
Absolutely. You guys will be playing through 2 hours of Skull Bingo as we start off with a line prize of $127 on the line that you guys can take home in 10 balls or less. A large frame at $1,210 at 43 balls balls or less. And not to mention that coverall jackpot, it's grown back up to $3,829 that you guys can take home in 50 balls or less. It's definitely a little bit more doable and some great cash on the line, as we actually just gave out that jackpot last week, and it's already grown back up to almost $4,000 already. It's a lot of fun, some great cash to be won. You guys will definitely want to come out for our happy hour show. Right at 6 p.m., that's when Ian and John will be letting you guys loose after your third and final round at Lucky 4 Bingo, where if it doesn't go out at 1 or 4, we got over $87,000 on the line for you guys to try for at 6 p.m. as well. Okay. Then you guys will be getting into some unhosted game day bingo that's going to be running from about 6 to 6:40 and about 8:30 to 10. You guys will get to continue playing whatever those big progressives continue growing throughout the entirety of our day, but that in-between mix where it has that interruption, you guys will not want to miss out on it, as it is our MegaSota game night. Yeah, that's right, you can check that out at 6:40. It's going to be running until about 8:30, and that's when Tony and Nikki are taking on over, giving out those jackpots and PGL points. They got some awesome tournament-style games and even a grand finale game of Jackpot Jungle. It's got $12,138 on the line already before you guys even get enrolled, and it's on a $1 card. You can take that prize home in 54 balls or less. The same chances you're trying to take home that minor right now. It's definitely a lot of fun. You guys will want to come out for it.
Yeah, 100%. So be sure to reappear later tonight for the biggest gaming night of the week, MegaSota Game Night. But before I get into it, we do have a big-time winner, Yags370, making yet another appearance on the winning column over at Riverboat Depot in Sartell. $39 going straight to you. Nice job to Yags370. But some information that might concern you guys about tomorrow. Wild Wednesday is coming up fast because, again, it's tomorrow like it is every single Wednesday. It goes from 7 to 9 p.m. So be sure to come on in for that Wild Wednesday action. We got a lot of great PGL games to get into while we're supporting our Wild and sending over some luck to them. But we also got some really cool PGL tournament games that are the high and low tournament games. They're always a lot of fun and kind of my favorite ones to play because the biggest losers win the same prizes as the biggest winners in the game. So it makes for some pretty interesting leaderboards to get into. So definitely check out tonight, MegaSota Game Night, and tomorrow, Wild Wednesday, for a lot more play than normal and for a lot of really good prizes too.
Oh, yeah.
But we do have this next game coming up in just under 2 minutes, so be sure to get enrolled and get a chance at the minor, major, and mega prizes. In the meantime, we're going to be checking out some of the national days that are showing up for today. Starting it off, it is a great one. It is National Public Sleeping Day. So if you're tired on this day, it might be because National Public Sleeping Day encourages a midday nap right where you are. It is a day for anyone and everyone to take a nap on a blanket at the beach, at the park, in the movie theater, on a bus, train, or subway, or any other public place that might, work for you. However, it may not be a good idea to take that nap at your desk during work. Yeah.
I used to have such an easy time falling asleep, like literally anywhere.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I don't think I could do it with ease the way I did as a child.
I used to, like in high school, fall asleep during class like all the time.
Yeah.
But like it would be a regular thing for me.
Especially in college, because all of my classes were lecture-based.
Oh,
and
so you'd be in the lecture hall
I was always in a
kind of
lecture
thing?
hall with like
Yeah.
the cushion computer seat I was sitting in, and I'd get warm because I'd have my coat on, and then I'd
Computer
just be
in your
like,
lap maybe.
and
Yeah.
you just get snug as a bug, and then next thing you know, lights out.
Oh my gosh, yeah. No, I agree, dude. I mean, I would straight up just like, like hands on the desk, just be like sleeping on my arms.
Did you ever have a teacher, one of those like ones that like slams the book to wake you up?
No,
Oh, I had
that
teachers
never.
like that.
I'm glad it never happened to me, but I was in a class where that happened to other kids. I just
Yes.
never fell asleep in that class.
Yeah,
because
I was never the person it happened to, but I
Yeah.
had to witness it happen. And one kid in particular had a horrible reaction when he woke up.
Because the class that happened to me in, where it didn't happen to me, but like the teacher
Yes.
did it. It was ROTC, so it was like an army sergeant doing
Yeah.
this, and like he straight up would like take a big book and just not drop it, but like slam it down, and it was loud. It was like kind of like a mini gunshot. It was crazy.
You're lucky you're not working with like recruits instead of people coming back.
Seriously, it was crazy, man. Like, but whatchamacallit? But of course, it would wake the kid up, and they'd be freaking out. But yeah, it was crazy. Oh man, that was such a funny
Where's
teacher.
your favorite place to sleep in public?
Oh man, probably like
I know mine.
on like a blanket in a park, probably.
Mine's the beach for sure.
Yeah, that's a good
pass
spot.
out because I grew up with like a tanning mom.
Yeah.
She's the type of woman that lays 8 hours out at the beach and not moving, and so I had to be that girl as well.
Yep.
And I just clock out anytime that I lay down with my
Yeah.
face in a towel on the beach. I am out, and it's some of the best naps I've ever taken.
I'm gonna be honest, like sleeping on the sand might just be like the best.
Oh, it
you know what I
is.
mean?
Either
like,
that
it
or like a
forms
zero
to you.
gravity chair at like a backyard
Oh,
bonfire.
Yeah.
Then I can sleep like a little baby.
I think like, but if I were to create my perfect like environment, it would probably be like in a cool like day. You know what I mean? Like in the forest, probably.
Yeah.
Like not like in a park, but like in a forest.
Yeah.
On a hammock. You know what I mean? I'm just like chilling
Hammock
out in the
naps
hammock.
are so good.
Yeah,
I
with like
get
a blanket under you.
Yes,
You know
I
what
get
I mean?
a little weird now just because people approach you, people
Yeah.
wander around
Yeah.
you, and I don't like being unconscious
Exactly,
like that.
and that's why I said
But,
forest.
yes,
I was like, I just
but
want
I
to be straight in the
definitely get
wilderness.
it,
But
for
yeah,
sure.
his hammock sleeping is just very comfortable. It kind
is.
of gives you that zero gravity
It
feeling.
does,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? I like it. Maybe
Yeah.
Ben, if you want to check in, where's your favorite place to loiter and go to sleep at in public?
Yeah, I gotta say one of my best naps I've ever taken in public was on a zero gravity chair.
That's fun. That's
Yeah.
really cool. Man, I wish that it was more acceptable to like sleep like just random spots in public. To
Yeah.
be honest, because like I know in Japan, like people do it all the time. Like you will straight up be walking down the street and there's some guy like leaned up against a trash can, just like on his way to work, probably just like taking a nap. You know what I mean? And I'm like, man, that's kind of cool. Like just
I
kind of.
completely agree. If
I
we
don't know.
had the trust and like that kind of system where
Yeah.
you could just feel comfortable to like, hey, I'm exhausted, I need to pop a squat for 20
Exactly.
minutes. Like,
Yeah. Like why not?
exactly.
Like I'm not gonna bother somebody if they're just like sleeping on a little like
No.
what
If anything, I'll
like, on
tuck
a
them in
bench.
further, you know?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Like, oh, here you go, man. I saw your
Yeah.
blanket was falling a little bit. But we do have a couple winners. We got Rich over at Huntin' Shack Bar and Grill and P. Futz over at Roosevelt Bar. Both of them splitting up $42. Nice job to you guys. But happy National Public Sleeping Day. It is definitely a good one to celebrate. And, I mean, you don't have to sleep in public. You can just go home and take a nap if, you know, you would rather
absolutely.
that.
I
But
probably will today.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's a good thing to do. It is a good thing to do.
Well, happy National Public Sleeping Day. Next up is a pretty serious one, and it is Rare Disease Day USA. And each year on the last day of February, Rare Disease Day brings awareness and education about rare diseases and the suffering that they cause.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a great day to raise awareness about just the different types of things that
Oh,
most people deal with.
absolutely.
Like even though, like, you know, it's Rare Disease Day, there's so many rare diseases, I feel like, that most people are kind of grappling with issues of their own most of the time. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like I got some stuff wrong with me. I know, like, a lot of other people that I know just have random little things. So it's just one of those days to know that, like, you know, like a lot of people deal with those things, and it's good to have
Yes.
solidarity in that sort of thing.
Absolutely. My best girlfriend, her sister has 2 young girls,
Yeah.
and they both have, actually, I don't even know how to pronounce the name of the rare disorder that they both suffer from. It's something related to like hypoglycemia.
Oh, okay.
And it's something that they have struggled with, and these 2 girls are both under 2. One actually just turned 2 about 3 days ago, and I got to go celebrate with them, which was
Nice.
awesome. But it is such a crazy, crazy thing to see that they have so many diseases that are getting discovered each and every day as
Very
well.
true.
And they, especially with the way genetics is getting passed down, and the bacteria that we're exposed to nowadays hasn't fully
Exactly. It's
been treated
no.
well. So
And
it affects a bunch of people.
I agree, and like you can go to so many different parts of the U.S. too, and like so many different parts of the U.S. are just have different types of healthcare, so it's like almost hard to like kind of uniformly treat them
Yes.
everywhere. You know what I mean?
I do have something to chime in. This is going back to sleeping in public day, as Ben did check in, and he says that his naps in a church pew just like go crazy.
Ben can sleep like anywhere. I swear, like oh my gosh, no,
On
it
our
was
futon
fun.
downstairs.
Like right here in this chair sometimes.
Literally.
No, not to call you out, Ben. But it was fun. Oh, man, it was funny. It was a great time. I miss streaming with Ben, though.
Yeah.
It was always a good time. I feel like people might not have liked watching Ben and I because we would just get on nerd tangents sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
it got pretty bad sometimes. But,
Well.
of course, shout out to Ben. He likes sleeping
Shout
in
out to
church
Ben.
and probably anywhere.
Yeah.
But we do have some more national days to get into. As we are getting into this next game, we got the must-go set at over $57. That minor jackpot is over $280 and 58 balls or less to win. That major is at $1,000 and 48 balls or less to win. And the mega jackpot is over $74,000, and that is at 52 balls or less to win. But yeah, Ben's just checking it. Yeah, he's a big nap guy.
Well, today's the day for you. Go
That's
out
right.
in public and sleep.
That's right. Just show it off. Show off the talent. But for this day, it is an important one. It is National Pancake Day for IHOP specifically. Every year at the end of February or beginning of March, National Pancake Day raises money for charity. IHOP restaurants began National Pancake Day in 2006. Since that day in 2006, they've raised close to $30 million for charities. On February 28th, 2023, today, people from around the country will once again celebrate National Pancake Day at IHOP restaurants and enjoy those free pancakes.
Cool.
Even though they are asked to consider leaving a donation. Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, I used to celebrate this often every year in high school. We were able to skip our 6th period. And my teachers would let us all go to IHOP for National Pancake Day.
I love it. But
AP Environmental. Lefty, Mr. Matuzik.
I don't think I've ever been to Pancake Day at IHOP.
You just get like a short stack with nothing else on it. You can ask for, chocolate chip or topping or whatever, but you have to pay for that.
Yeah.
But
because,
it's definitely super fun.
It was just always so packed. I just never wanted to even go. So, I was just kind of like,
I'm not even a big IHOP person in general, and so especially now that I don't live in my hometown that have really good quality restaurants that I could rely on.
Yeah, Bob Evans is kind of my go-to over it.
Really?
Yeah, I like Bob Evans more.
I have been curious about Bob Evans.
Bob Evans sucks here, so don't go to it. Yeah, it's not good.
I feel like that's the case with 90% of the restaurants in our town.
Agreed. I don't know. People just don't care, to be honest.
No, and it's all high school in our college town.
Yeah. No, you just don't get the same quality.
Bad quality.
But Bob Evans, on the road, if you're just randomly in somewhere, you know what I mean? It's always good.
Mm-hmm. That's how I feel about Denny's.
Oh, 100%. Dude, I went to a bad Denny's one time. But we do have I-1 over at Mowen's Bar in New Ulm, taking away $57 on the Must Go Nice job to you, I-1. You did indeed win. But Denny's.
They had spicy chicken tenders at one time, and they were so good.
Really?
Yeah.
That's an interesting dish for Denny's to have. I remember I went to Denny's one time with my grandpa because we were on a road trip.
Yeah.
And we were in some random Denny's. I don't even remember what state we were in. But we get seated at this table and we start ordering. We get our drinks and stuff. And then we kind of notice there's ants everywhere. Yeah, it's they're on the walls, they're under the table, they're on the condiments on the table, and we were like, what? And so my grandpa is immediately like, yo, what is going on here? Can we move? And the waitress was like, oh yeah, sorry, there's ants over in this area, so I'll move you guys. And we were like, you knew there were ants here and you just put us here anyways?
That's so gross.
Did you just not expect us to say anything? They're ants.
We went to a burger bar in Detroit one time and there was rats and I was like, oh man. And so we got up and left, but it was crazy.
That's pretty rough.
I haven't seen ants trailing walls in restaurants though.
It was crazy.
I would freak out.
They were sugar ants, so they were the little ones.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And they were just everywhere.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It just ruined your springtime.
Yeah, no, I don't even. We might have just left afterwards.
I don't blame you. I would 100%. If there was an infestation of any kind, even if there was just a large number of fruitsy flies in a restaurant, I would be so against eating there.
I agree. Because fruit flies are kind of indicative of you leave food out and you don't take care of your trash.
And fruit flies land on everything.
Yes.
And they're touching all of your out produce and all of your ingredients. And so I'm just not gonna.
Yeah, especially in a restaurant environment, you should be able to keep it under control. Usually if I walk into an apartment and somebody has a couple fruit flies, I'm not
gonna judge them by any means. Fruit flies are hard to get rid of.
They're hard to get rid of, especially when you're in an apartment complex. They transfer. If you live around dirty people in the complex, they just transfer to your house. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and so, but I mean, if you're a restaurant and if you can't keep track of that, I have no sympathy. In a personal household, I have a little bit more leeway.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I myself have fell victim to a fly infestation. This office has fell victim to a fly infestation.
It was bad for a sec.
But
it was bad for a sec.
It happens. But if I'm going somewhere to have food prepared for me and want it to ingest it in my body, I'm definitely going to want to go somewhere.
The standards are going to be raised a little bit.
Yes.
I agree. Fully agree with that. But of course, keep all that good stuff in mind.
Ben even remembers the fruit fly incidents in this office.
It was bad. It was really
our
bad.
own little pandemic here.
No, it was
crazy.
It sucked, man. I definitely I think I would rather have a COVID outbreak.
Month-long battle. It was crazy.
It was really crazy.
We could barely even be in the building.
No, because we were on screen. It wasn't as bad up here most of the time, but
speak for yourself. They would fly into my mouth while speaking on air.
Oh man, that sucks, man.
They would land in my nose or ooh.
Man, there was a time though at the end it did get bad up here.
Yeah, it did.
And it did suck for a little bit. I remember there was one day I don't think we could stream because of it.
No, we couldn't.
Yeah, it was really bad. But I'm glad that it's winter time and I don't even have to think about them anymore. Yeah. But, of course, keep all that good stuff in mind, again, like I said, when you're going searching for pancakes at IHOPs today. And so if you see a couple fruit flies in the wintertime, it is definitely a red flag.
Absolutely. But next up, we have some national days to get into, and we got
100%.
some more to talk about. And our next one is National Floral Design Day. And National Floral Design on February 28th recognizes the art and history of floral design. For thousands of years, floral design has been an important cultural art form. It is the day we celebrate. This is the day that we celebrate that art form, and it may be in a bouquet, paintings, textiles, a garden, or even just a regular floral arrangement. And I never really thought that there was like an art to floral design. Like I always really enjoyed like making bouquets myself, like as a kid and stuff. But when I just recently, I have started kind of like looking into like the preparations for like, you know, like wedding
like
stuff.
bouquet. Oh,
and,
that sort
like,
of thing.
Actual like when you go to buy floral arrangements, and it is crazy, like all
They're
the different
crazy.
intricacies and different florals that mean different things. And there's ones that pair well together, and there's ones that you cannot pair together. And there's a
And
whole
everybody
art
has
to it.
different opinions about
Absolutely.
it.
And then you get to like the floral design of tattoos and stuff like
Ooh,
that.
yeah.
And that is
It's
just
really
so
hit or miss for me.
personalized. Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, but floral designs are really cool. I like paintings. I like tattoos,
Is that
like you
Gustav
said.
Klint's?
Yes.
I was going to say Gustav Klimt. I love
So
his work.
I did look up some of the best flower paintings of all time. So I'm like, oh, it's Floral Design Day.
Mm-hmm.
But before we go further, Nessie 3 over at the Riverboat Depot in Sartell, taking away the big jackpot on this game. $370 going straight to you. Nice job to you, Nessie 3. But of course, good news for everybody else playing these games. We do have that double must-go coming up in this next one. And the Mega Jackpot is still out there at 52 balls. If you hit at 52 balls or less to win, you're not taking home the minor, you're not taking home the major, you're taking home $74,000 on the Mega Jackpot. So keep that in mind. And if we do go past it, we will be hitting on a double must-go, which is still a really good prize anyway. So only 2 minutes left to get into this next game. In the meantime, though, we're going to be taking a look at some of the best flower paintings of all time. And the first one up was Gustav Klimt, the Sunflower, painted in 1906. And he was a great Viennese painter known for portraits, but he was no slouch when it came to depicting landscapes and gardens. So really, really cool stuff.
Very cool style.
And up next, Henri Matisse.
I love Matisse as well.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff. And this was
That's pretty
Flowers
different
in
than
1907.
that's pretty different than the Matisse that I typically look at.
Really?
I look at more of his abstract cartoonist art.
Oh, okay.
And it's really cool. A lot of it is floral design as well, but it's more like block base and color work.
Sweet. Oh, okay. That's really cool.
Yeah, and so it's super, super interesting. He's another one of my favorite artists right now.
Nice.
He
Oh,
does a
I
lot
like
of,
that
like,
one.
this,
Yeah, that one
yeah.
I like.
He does a lot of like coral textured and floral landscape like this.
Speaking about corals, actually, do you know the Calm app?
Yes.
Do you know they have a show on Netflix?
Really?
And
For
it's-
meditation?
Like kind of like it's more of like a nature show, and so they go to
Interesting.
different ecosystems and places in the world, and they have different celebrities voice over and narrate each one. So the first one
Interesting.
is kind of like under the sea, coral reef kind of
Yeah.
thing, like turtles, and it's Lucy Liu from Kill Bill that does it.
I love
Yeah.
Lucy Liu.
And she did great.
That's so funny
She
that
had
you know
such a
her
gr-
from Kill Bill.
Yeah,
I know her
yeah.
from Charlie's Angels.
Yeah. No, I know her as the Kill Bill lady. She was so cool in that role. So
Lucy Liu is one of the coolest people ever.
she's awesome. And she had a great voice for it. Like it fit perfectly. Like she's very relaxing. That
Very
one was really
cool.
cool. There's a few other really high profile people that were doing voices for it too.
That's super cool. I used to use the Calm app all the time for self meditation
Nice.
and like the little practice games that they have in there.
Oh, okay, cool. I always see the advertisements for it.
Yeah,
But,
they have like little mind mental games, and
Oh,
it's to
okay.
strengthen like your literacy, your puzzle solving.
Cool.
There's meditation prompts that you can
Okay.
follow. It's just about brain building and
Nice.
stuff, and so it's super cool.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be honest. All I've been getting into recently on it's like
So
I've been
online
watching
chess.
like the online chess and like YouTube commentary on like random like economic
Really?
and political things. Yeah,
Oh.
it's been like, oh my gosh, like it makes me mad, but I'm at the same time like I'm learning kind
It
of.
fuels me with anger.
Yeah, exactly. So I just take it
I-
out on chess people.
I can't. Like if I deep dove every day
Yeah.
into our economy and the political standing of our
crazy,
society, I would
dude.
just be fuming daily.
It's oh man, it's rough sometimes. But chess, it takes my mind off it, so it's a
Yes.
nice balance. And you know what's cool about chess, especially like the online chess, is that you play people literally like all around the world,
Yeah.
like all the time. So it's like I could be playing somebody from India, then I'm playing somebody from Serbia, then I'm playing somebody from like Czechoslovakia.
So, you know, I've been recently just like super diving into reading, and there's these two women that are just, they're like just a couple years older than me. I think they're like early mid 20s, whatever, around my age. And they read like all of the same genres that I do. And so I've been following them through quarantine and like as I've been picking up reading more. And they decided they were going to make a online book club. And so I was like, okay, like I'll do it. And so I downloaded the app, I joined their book club, and there's about 700 of us that have joined, and they're from Sweden, Australia, Hawaii, and we're all discussing this book, and I'm like actually having conversations with them, with these girls I followed on social media that are now famous. They've since followed me back, like super personable, and they live in Alberta, Canada, and it was just so cool.
That's awesome.
I love as soon as you said that you enjoyed the connecting around the world with people, I was like, that's exactly what I'm doing right now, and it's so fun getting to talk about common interests like that.
No, it's funny because like you kind of have that contact with them, that talking point. You kind of get that with the chess thing too, because you can talk to them as you're playing.
That's so fun.
But it's a much more of a competitive standpoint.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, because you guys are just smack talking each other like you're
hilarious,
going down, and it's just
man.
like a 10-year-old boy in India just like absolutely creaming you.
Yep. Oh, 100%, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Sometimes like it's just crazy because you're playing people all around the world.
Yeah, with all different skill levels.
That's right. But we do have a couple winners. We got Shindell over at Corky's Bar South Haven, and not me over at Benton Station. Both of them splitting up that big Musco of $128. Nice job to you guys.
Nicely done.
But yeah, no, that is definitely an aspect of that I like a lot. So that's fun to hear that book club thing is kind of like the same kind of concept. But yeah, it's a lot of fun connecting with people all over the world. So that's definitely a lot of fun with that. But of course, happy National Floral Design Day. If you guys want, you can check out some more of these paintings. Yayoi Kusama, Ready to Blossom in the Morning. Andy Warhol has a lot of flower paintings. Ooh, this one's cool.
That's beautiful.
Wow.
Margarita Haverman.
A vase of flowers in 1716.
That's gorgeous.
That's cool.
Is that an oil painting? That looks like
Let's see. I don't know. It doesn't say, but it looks like it. It looks like it. That's awesome. But yeah, definitely check out. Maybe send in like what your favorite flower paintings are, and we would totally love to hear about them and talk about them. Yeah, take a look because she seems to be a pretty older artist. Evasive. Wow, ton of money.
So pretty.
It's super expensive. It looks like for like an original.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
She was a Dutch painter. That's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Oh, okay. Right now it's in the collection of the Metropolitan Museum of Art. That's really cool.
What did she use?
Medium. I don't know.
Just paint.
Interesting.
Paint and pigment. She used plain pigment. That's why it gets so vibrant.
That's just the definition of painting, I think.
Oh, is it?
I think so. Here, maybe I'll take a look. What was her name? Margaret Haverman?
Yeah, Margarita Haverman.
Let's see. Paint style. Let's take a look.
Interesting.
I'm not seeing.
Yeah, I can't find it, and I want to know.
Yeah, I don't know. She's a floral paint. Okay, I got the Wikipedia description for it. Oil paint.
I knew it was oil.
Yeah, it is oil
I was
paint,
gonna say. That makes me happy.
Yeah, it looks very That's
I was gonna say
awesome.
that's so vibrant.
There's insects in there too.
I love that.
Yeah, it's super cool.
I had a tapestry that was very much like that, but instead of oranges, it was like magentas and like deep fuchsias as well. Oh, there's like
awesome.
little
little
moths and stuff.
Little snail maybe.
I love that.
That is so awesome. I love paintings like this where it's like you just zoom. Oh, look at that snail.
Yeah.
That is so fun. I love that stuff. But of course, check out maybe some of your favorite little pieces of art today. Definitely a good day to celebrate those types of things.
Yeah, absolutely. I have Van Gogh's Sunflower in my home right now up.
Nice. I love Van Gogh. Van Gogh has a lot of really cool looking stuff. But of course, we do have some more national days to get into. And this next one is National Chocolate Souffle Day. This day celebrates a delightfully delicious dessert on February 28th of each year. And yeah, chocolate souffles are awesome. I
can't say that I've ever had a chocolate souffle.
Oh, yeah.
Is that like the same as like a lava cake?
No. It's kind of like
No.
it's like you know how yogurt versus the airy yogurt.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. But because a lava cake is like just kind of like a cake with chocolate in the middle.
Okay.
A souffle is kind of like very eggy. Oh wait, it totally does have chocolate in the middle.
I was gonna say it's like almost like a.
Some of them do and some of them don't. No, I think that they must all have chocolate in the middle.
Chocolate souffle versus
Yeah.
lava cake.
Interesting.
All right.
I thought I knew what I was talking about.
A lava cake
you know the
has
yogurt.
a runny center, whereas a souffle, it's whipped egg whites, so it's more puffy
Oh, okay.
than it is like liquid fudge.
So I was halfway there. At least.
Yes.
I knew there was the egg center of it.
Yeah, it's more
Interesting. But it totally is kind of like lava cake, though.
Yeah, it's like if like a sponge cake and a lava cake came
Kinda
together
combined,
and
yeah.
got baked in a ramekin.
Sounds awesome, to be honest.
Absolutely. Could you imagine with just like fresh whipped cream on top, and
Oh.
it would just be perfect, and some
100%.
raspberries.
I agree. I 100% agree with that. So, on this day, take away some chocolate souffles. You can make them super easily if you have those little ramekin things. Yeah, it's definitely a good day to celebrate. I love chocolate souffles.
Absolutely. I feel like I would really enjoy having one. I think I've only had lava cakes. I've never actually had like a chocolate souffle, and so this is something that I would definitely very much enjoy trying.
100%. So, happy National Chocolate Souffle Day, everybody. Go ahead and celebrate it correctly and have a couple of them. But up next, it is National Tooth Fairy Day. And this day encourages us to take a look back on the history of one of dental care's little helpers as one way our children develop good dental hygiene.
Absolutely. But before we talk about the Tooth Fairy, we got thank you over at Mix Office, taking home $51 on that must go. Nicely done in this round number 7. We're about to be enrolled in a round number 8 now, so make sure you guys are grabbing your iPads and getting enrolled for this next round, as that minor prize clicks up to 56 balls or less. And now I gotta say, my parents really bamboozled me, because I used to write the Tooth Fairy notes.
Really?
And I would get notes written back.
Oh, wow.
But it was in such a different handwriting to my families, and that I was just like so convinced she was a real person.
Dude, no, that was actually the one thing I believed as a kid.
I did too.
I didn't believe in Santa. I don't remember a time that I did. I think I always just kind of knew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like my mom would be like, oh, like your gifts from Santa are going to be
I was
there.
going to say, no, because I would be time on Christmas Eve. It would strike like 10 p.m. and then my parents would make us go upstairs.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, you can't come down. Things are getting ready down here.
Yeah.
And then I eventually I was like probably like 6 or whatever. And I was like, they're wrapping our presents down there.
I kind of figured. I feel like my mom kind of did the same thing, in which like she kind of heavily hinted that it was just her like giving me the presents, because she didn't want the credit going to Santa, obviously, and I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
And so like I think I always just kind of knew that it was from my mom, and, like not from Santa.
Yeah.
But what's from Pen checking and Santa's not real. Wait.
It's time you knew this.
Yeah, sorry.
You're 21.
Ben. I'm sorry about that. but the Tooth Fairy was something I kind of did believe in.
I did as well.
Because straight up, like, I put it under my pillow, and it would not be there the next day, and there would be $1 there.
And
I'd
you'd be like,
whoa.
no way your mom did this
Yeah,
without
I was
me
like,
waking
there's
up.
no way. Like, I would wake up if it was my mom, blah, blah, blah. and I also was like, why would my mom want to, like, keep my
I had a
teeth?
little pillow.
Oh.
I used to put it in the pocket with the note,
That's
and then
fun.
when I'd come back, the note would be a written note from her and some money.
That's super fun. Yeah. But yeah, that one I didn't really believe. I think I believed in the leprechaun on St. Patrick's Day more than I ever did like Santa or the Easter Bunny or anything.
I'm pretty sure, I don't necessarily fully remember, but I have this distinct memory of my dad in an Easter Bunny costume hiding our baskets.
Nice.
And so
awesome.
I don't think I ever thought that there was an Easter Bunny. I
Yeah.
just thought like the Easter Bunny was my dad being funny.
Yeah.
And then we'd play hide and seek, and we had to go find our baskets around
Yep.
the house somewhere, and so that was like our tradition. So.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, but that was really Tooth Fairy Day. It was the only one that I ever really seriously considered. You know
Yeah,
what I
because
mean?
no, like the handwriting that was used for the tooth, like my parents write in chicken scratch, like
Okay.
the half
Gotcha.
cursive, half straight
took, like,
handwriting, like the
calligraphy
90s,
lessons.
you know, like, and so it was like written like a 13-year-old girl, like it was like bubble
yeah.
lettered out, and
Okay,
like, and I was
okay.
like, She's real.
No way, she's writing to me. But of course, happy National Tooth Fairy Day, everybody, especially for those of you with kids at home, and you know they might be going through those teeth losing stages right now. But it is a good one to celebrate. Maybe even give them an extra $1 if it's like one of those canines. Those always sucked, to be honest.
Yeah.
But getting up to
anything
this
other
next
than
one.
your front six suck.
Yeah, no, I agree. The molars kind of sucked
Horrible.
a lot too. To
I
be
hated
honest.
molars, especially because I had to get molars taken out as well, like from the dentist.
Oh, really?
And so those processes were always the worst thing. Like, I could do anything. Give me expanders for 6 more months.
Yeah.
Literally do anything, but taking out molars and like having the feeling of the hole back there after, it's one of my least favorite feelings in the entire world.
I agree. No, dude, I felt the same way when I got the 3 wisdom teeth taken out.
I still have a little cave back here, and every time I eat sushi or anything, I get a single grain of rice stuck in there, and I'm like, this is
so
horrible.
Funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I got like little like just kind of like
everything else healed other than just one little cavern back
That's
here.
Funny. That's really funny. This one healed really well, like my top left. My bottom left has kind of been a little
Yeah.
But like
I think
it's
I
still
also have my 12-year-old
healed.
molar coming in, so
Oh,
I think that's
really?
yeah.
Man, that's kind of. Do you have to get like that done?
Yeah.
Man,
I have way too small of a jaw for how many teeth I have, and so I have to
okay.
get like 2 or 3 more molars taken out.
Well, I mean, at that point, like at least like you're getting them done pretty early.
I was gonna say
you know
I'd
what I
rather
mean?
do it now.
Yeah, well, like so you don't have to worry about it later on.
Yeah.
Plus, like you're better able to heal right now. Like it's just the better stage to do it at.
Absolutely.
But of course, Tooth Fairy Day, good one to celebrate. Up next, though, this is one that your pets may not want to hear about. It is World Spay Day. Yay! It annually aims to decrease stray pet populations by increasing awareness of the importance of spaying and neutering programs. Before I get into this super fun day, we do have Jeffrey over at Roosevelt Bar taking away $206 on the minor. Really quick off the bat there. Nice job to you, Jeffrey. I've never really seen...
3 balls away from the mega. Nicely done, Joffrey.
I don't think I've ever seen that name spelled like that before. Is that Joffrey or
That's
Jeffrey?
what I would say. Joffrey.
I've never seen that before.
Geoffrey.
Geoffrey.
Yeah.
Interesting. I like it, though. It's kind of cool.
It reminds
It's a
me of Game
unique
of
name.
Thrones, unfortunately.
Yeah, Joffrey. See, he just had his spelled the like straightforward way.
yeah.
And so I feel
Well,
like I'm
he
able to
wasn't cool
separate.
enough.
No, he was not cool enough. I'm able to separate this Joffrey a little bit better. I think it's the cooler version.
Absolutely.
But
Ben has to talk to you about Game of Thrones at some point. He has binge watched. He's passed me already.
Really?
He started like a week ago, and he's already through
It's so
halfway through
good,
season
man.
5.
It's
He's probably past it at this point because I talked to him days ago about it.
Yeah, he's got. Well, at this point, if he's in season 5, he's kind of like in the prime of it and getting past the prime of it right now.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
the last time I talked to him a couple days ago, he was at that episode where Sansa and Ramsay get married.
Oh, dude, man,
Yeah.
that sucks, dude. Oh my gosh.
This episode I can't get past.
Littlefinger, I'm like, oh.
I hate Littlefinger.
But it's funny because Reagan, just so Ben, so you don't lose hope.
I told him.
My partner actually really liked the ending.
Really?
She really enjoyed the last couple seasons.
That gives me hope.
No, and
Because I trust her opinion on most things.
she actually didn't really mind it that much. But a lot of people that read the books did not.
I was gonna say she's not a diehard fan though.
No,
like she just gets to enjoy it for the value it has.
Exactly. And so like for people that read the books like me, like I was kind of like there's a lot of loose ends left untucked. Like there's
That
a lot of
could've been
things.
done better.
Yeah. There's some characters that kind of killed off that I was like, oh, like in the books they're still like doing their thing. But it definitely is something that is very like half and half. Like people like are kind of all over the board about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Game of Thrones is a good show though. I really like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I really need to pick it back up. I just can't get past the episode I'm on.
Oh yeah, no, it's a rough part that you're at for sure. It is a rough part, but.
Happy World Spay Day.
Yes, it's super
I
good.
got pretty lucky. Ian and I just recently got a cat this past year.
Okay.
And if you guys don't know, spaying a cat costs about $500.
Yeah, it is
and
expensive.
we actually found this little gem of a baby that was given up to our shelter. And they take such amazing care of them. And they had fundraisers going on that Bissell was helping raise money for the care of the animals. And so he came microchipped, spayed, and he came like everything done up to vaccine, dewormed, everything. And I have so much love and respect for our shelters who take that extra milestone of care and prepare these animals to actually go to their forever homes, because a lot of people have such a hard time adopting animals and rescuing them when they know that they're about to go drop $600 at the vet.
Very true.
You know?
Yeah, people like will straight up just adopt them and not do it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it's really dangerous for the animals, like not good for them. So it, like you said, like places that do that before they like adopt them out, like it's such a good like system to have.
Absolutely.
So,
and it sets them up for such success.
Yeah, I agree. And like usually your animal is like feels way better afterwards. You know what I mean? Like you can tell from the behavior, you can tell from like
I was
the
gonna say,
demeanor.
we have a friend who has 2 cats, and she waited post a year of both for both of her cats to get spayed, and I think it was almost detrimental to the way that they act. Like the stomach of one cat in particular cannot even be touched now that she has been spayed, and if you do, she will nala. She completely freaks out at you. She'll nip at you like anything, and it's like if you would have done this when she was 3 or 4 months old before she ever went into heat and she didn't get protective of that primordial pouch thing that cats have, like it would have never happened. But 100%. And it's the same thing with my parents. They have a hunting dog, and so they never spayed him because they wanted him to be prime and a hunting dog and everything like that. Now he struggles with aggression. Yeah, no, it's a big deal because like you got to think like it's such an influx of like hormones and like that sort of thing. Like different brain chemicals are going crazy. Like it really affects them as like a being. You know what I mean? Hunting dogs and bully breeds absolutely need to be.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree 100%.
Unless you plan to care for them throughout being in heat and actually wanting to breed them properly, then that's completely different.
But I mean, like, you got to be educated about it.
Absolutely.
Like, it's a big deal. Like it's like, you know, like, it's like how doctors, like, have to, you know, like, you have to be a doctor in order to deliver a baby.
This same girl with the 2 cats that she didn't spay, her older siblings, they have just, like, probably 6 cats in their home, and I recently was just with them, and I was like, hey, like, how are your cats? Do you have new cats? Like, did any of them just recently have litters? And she was like, oh yeah, we've had 2 litters, but I think only about 3 of the kittens survived. I was like,
man,
what?
Come on.
I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like that's just like it's not right for the cats and stuff. So
even just take the kittens to somewhere for the care that they need.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
If you don't, it's
so you know, this things like that, little stories like that, just goes to show like World Spay Day. It's like super important to like learn about it, to look into it and stuff like that. And even if you know you have a charitable heart, like it's very important to be able to like donate to these kinds of things too.
Absolutely, anything you can do will help them, especially with the wide variety of stray animals that the United States and the entire world struggle with. They're just
100%
crazy.
I for sure agree, but. Before we go further, we do have a couple winners. We got one winner.
Yeah,
it's Bongo over at Outtakes, taking away $109 on the double must go. Nice job to you, Bongo.
Giving out some great prizes during this lunchtime.
100%. We've been like consistent good prizes, But moving on, that was the last national day that we had. We had a lot of really good ones today, so definitely be sure to look into all of them, celebrate all of them correctly. But before we get into this next game, we got a little bit of Minnesota Twins news to talk about. We got 5 thoughts from Sunday's Twins versus Phillies exhibition game. So we had first impressions of the pitch clock. A lot of people were really messing with it. They liked it. I've seen really positive things about it all over the kind of fan base. Even the league, people were liking it. So that's really cool to see. It basically, so with the pitch clock, if you didn't know what it was, before there was really like no pitch clock. So like pitchers could move as slow as possible. Batters could really take a long time getting up to the base and that sort of thing. So this gives them only 15 seconds to do their whole deal. You know what I mean? From getting to the mound to pitching.
I was going to say, do you think that's enough time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely enough time because it just forces people to hurry up a little bit.
To hustle instead of just mosey from place to place.
Exactly. And it actually has improved the length of the games. So it's gone down from like 3.5 to 4 hours for a normal MLB game to these games have been about 2.5 to 3 hours.
That's nice.
Yeah, so it cuts off a lot of time for the people at the games, for the people watching too. And some people were kind of a little meh about it. Like a lot of people do really like the length of MLB games and that sort of thing, especially super fans. But I think in general this does improve like the flow of the game.
A 3-hour game.
Exactly.
It's still an hour longer than most sporting events.
And if you think about it across all sports, I think it is kind of important to have like a clock to kind of you only have a certain amount of time to do your thing.
Well,
You know what
everything
I
in
mean?
football is timed out.
Everything in football, every team, everything in basketball, you know what I mean? Like even in tennis.
Soccer.
Yeah, soccer, exactly. And so I think it was important that they did implement this, and I think this is really cool going forward.
It's just people are gonna have a hard time with change, no matter what the change is when it comes.
Well, especially with baseball, people are crazy about baseball.
Just any sport.
No,
like if there was a big change in the NFL, there would be uprise.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like,
I mean, just recently they added that extra game.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, "Oh, like they're playing 17 games now, breaking all the records. They're not real." And it's like, okay, this is one extra game, man. But
Yeah.
of course, baseball. Pitch clock, pretty cool. Joe Ryan, he experimented with some new pitches, is another thought. Pretty cool. Love to see it. Edward Julian bats the leadoff, so he was doing pretty well. Big bases have been coming in handy for our batters, so I love to see that too. And Trevor McGill struggled mightily, so he did not have a great game, but again, it's an exhibition game in preseason, so take what you will with that. But other than that, not a whole lot going on. We had a fun game against the Phillies. We were able to see some of the different players on our team do their thing, especially with the new rules being implemented. But as you guys know, we here at Pilot Games have teamed up with the Minnesota Twins. You can play the E-Tab game Twins Win today wherever Pilot Games are played. So be sure to check it out. Let us know what you think. And we are moving into some game day bingo standings, since it is what we're playing right now. Starting it off for the player sides of things, it is a two-way tie between Rich over at Shady's Railside and Bucko over in Green Lantern in 9th place. In 7th place, we have another two-way tie between Call Me Jen over at JR Mac and Mike over at Big Louie's Bar and Grill, New Brighton.
Oh, yeah.
6th place, it's Mindy May over at HR Pesties.
Ooh.
5th place, coming from outside of the standings, it's Sydney over at Main Street Bar and Hopkins, making a real big jump into the standings. Nice job.
Nicely done.
4th place, it's Spike over at Maynard's of Excelsior. 3rd is Bull over at Corner Bar in Goodhue. 2nd is Tanya over at Plum's Neighborhood Bar and Eatery. And finally, 1st place is Bobo over at the Corner Bar in Goodhue. Nice job to all the top 10 players, but those locations are looking good too.
Oh, absolutely, because starting it off in 10th place, we got VFW Spring Lake Park. We have an 8th place tie between the Outtakes and the Chart House. Then moving on to 7th place, we got Maynard's of Excelsior. While in 6th place, we got JR Mack getting pushed back, and moving up because of it, we got Flamers now in 5th place. 4th place, though, it's got Shady's Railside trying to close that gap between them. In 3rd place, the Sherwood Lounge. 2nd place is Corner Bar in Goodhue, and leading the pack in 1st place is Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards.
Awesome stuff. Everybody's looking good in the top 10s. Nice job to you guys. But if you feel like taking a break from our scheduled bingo throughout the day, we have a lot of awesome E-Tab games that you guys can try out. Over 70 different charitable ones. You can play them anytime to win huge prizes up to $1,500. But before I get further into it, we do have Bongo and Nessie 3, both splitting up $56 on the must go. Nice job to you guys taking away some nice prizes on this game. But like I was saying about those E-Tab games, you can play them whenever. It doesn't have to be scheduled. So they're super cool. All those games have small bets between 50 cents and $5. You can choose whatever you want to do. And awesome bonus and free play rounds on top of it. So definitely check them out. Let us know which one is your favorite. And in the meantime, while we're getting into this next game, we got a lot of awesome PGL stuff to talk about.
That's right, because if you head on over to pgl.world, you need to sign up. It only takes about 26 seconds, and then you're a member of the Pilot Gambling League. Not just that, you get access to insider information like a monthly newsletter. You get awarded those PGL points that you guys can earn on our specialty nights. And not just that, we have highlighting all the different players who sign up at pgl.world. Those
right.
new players who just signed up include T. Verbo Van, Strucker, Pap Hawk, The Pup, Frankie, LLT17, Pink Girl, T Money, Genie 28, Louie, Grammy, Irish Luck, Roxy Ninja, Geo Carjo, as well as Rod, Jen, all signing up and now members of the Pilot Gambling League.
Awesome stuff. Welcome to the PGL, everybody. Hopefully you guys are having a good time with it. But we do have some of those PGL standings to get into as well. Starting it off for the player side of things, just so you guys know, you do earn points for this every PGL night, Tuesday and Wednesday. But starting it off in 10th place for the players, it's Yak 2102 over at the Rivers Bend Bar and Grill. And 9th place, it's Sloppy over at Malone's Bar. 8th place is Big Dog over at Falls Bar. 7th is Bergar over at the Southtown Lanes. And 6th place, coming from outside of the standings, it was Cass Bart over at Benton Station. 5th place was Devoided over at the Roadside. 4th is Day's Dream over at Monty Sports Bar. 3rd is Panda over at Roadside. 2nd is Sherbert over at Clubhouse at Edinburgh. And 1st, it is still Jake over at the Eagles Albert Lee.
Absolutely. Nicely done to our entire top 10s. Make sure you guys are coming out tonight at 6:40 and tomorrow at 8 to try your hand at our specialty nights and take home some PGL points. The locations that you guys play at during those specialty nights also take home points themselves, and the entirety of our top 10 are in the 1 million point club or higher. Starting it off in 10th place, we got Eagles Austin. Then in 9th, we got LJ's of Miltona. While in 8th place, it's the Cabin Bar of Nicolette. 7th place, it's Leo's Bar Newmarket. Right ahead of them, jumping in from unranked to 6th place after last week, it's Leo's Sports Bar of Mazeppa. Our final location in the 1 million point club sits in 5th as it is American Legion Cleveland. Then kicking off the 2 million point club in 4th place, we got PJ's Supper Club of Avon. 3rd place, it's the Benton Station of Sauk Rapids, while in 2nd place, it's the Alibi of Gilbert. And staying in 1st place for yet another week, we have Eagles Albert Lay. We'll have to see if they're able to hold on to that league after tonight and tomorrow for our specialty nights. They currently sit just about 500,000 points away from the 3 million point club, so we'll have to see if them or may potentially the Alibi of Gilbert could be the next location to get to that point club. Make sure you guys are coming out tonight at 6:40 and tomorrow at 7 to try your hand at our specialty nights that we offer here. Yeah. But trying something else that you guys can do is an awesome E-Tab game that we have teamed up with our Minnesota Wild team for, and you can show your support for them before their game tonight at 7 p.m. against the Islanders, and you can play the awesome game Let's Go Wild. You can check out that Slapshot bonus round and take home some huge prizes.
It'll be a lot of fun, so be sure to support the Wild tonight and play that E-Tab game. It will be a lot of fun. But just a reminder that when you guys are playing Pilot games, share those pictures with us. We love to see those pictures and see your smiling, happy faces. If you win a jackpot, you can hold that iPad up, or even if you're not winning a jackpot and just, chilling out with your friends and family, playing some games and having a good time, you can take pictures of that too. You can send any pictures you do take in on Facebook, either by posting it with the hashtag PilotGames or by sending it directly to us on Facebook directly. Or you can even email it to us directly at jackpots@pilotgames.com. Both of those ways are really good ways to send them in, so be sure to send them. We love to show them off on the broadcast and even post them on Facebook too.
Oh, absolutely. We run them through all of our commercials throughout the day and even our enrolling screen. Each and every game that you guys get enrolled in here with Pilot Games, we highlight all the player pictures we can. But another thing we would love to highlight is our awesome E-Tab game that you guys can choose to play to show your support for our Minnesota Vikings. We love them, and the awesome E-Tab game is called Vikings Victory, where if you pick a lucky letter in that skull bonus round, you could end up taking home some trophy prizes. It's a lot of fun. You guys will definitely not want to miss out on it.
Oh, no, not at all. So definitely check it out. Let us know what you think. We do have some skull bingo standings to get into, though, and obviously you guys earn these points every day when you play skull bingo. Starting it off with those players in 10th place. Oh, before we go further, though, we got Super D over at Carboni's Pizzeria, taking away $63 on the must go. Nice job to you, Super. But of course, we do have those players to get into. I'll talk about them right now. Starting it off in 10th place for the Skull Bingo standings, it's Lover over at American Legion Spicer. 8th place is a two-way tie between Sydney over Maynards of Excelsior and TGR over at KJ's Refuge. 7th place, we have Boots over at Trebek's Bar and Grill. 6th place is Kool-Aid over at Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards. 5th is Jelly over at American Legion Stillwater. 4th is Brenda over at JB's Tavern. 3rd is Call Me Jen over at Full Tilt Tavern. 2nd is Brother Nate over at the Chart House. And, 1st is Tanya over at the JR Mac. Nice job, all of the top 10 players. We do have some locations to look at, too.
That's right, because starting it off in 10th place, the only location outside of the 100,000 point club, it's Outtakes. They currently sit just 2,000 points away from the 100,000 point club. We'll have to see if they're able to get there today. 9th place, kicking it off, though, it's Danny's Dugout. Trying to close that gap between them and 8th place, American Legion Stillwater. Holding on to 7th, we got VFW Dilworth, while in 6th, we got the Full Tilt Tavern. 5th place is Trebek's Bar and Grill, trying to close that gap between them and 3rd place, the Chart House. No, 4th place, the Benton Station. Benton Station is our final location outside of the 200,000 point club. And kicking that point club off in 3rd place, we have the Chart House. 2nd place, it's JR Mac, and in 1st for another day, it is Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards. Closing in on the 300,000 point club. We'll have to see if they're able to get there today.
100%. But
oh, yes,
we do have some cool celebrity birthdays to take a look at, and we'll speed through them. I'll take away the first half, and you can take away the little second half.
Perfect.
1890, Joe Malone, Canadian Hockey Hall of Fame center. He was the only player in NHL history to score 7 goals in a single game back in 1920. He had a lot of other really cool records, too.
Very
1940, Mario Andretti. He's an Italian-American auto racer. He won the Indianapolis 500 back in 1969 and the F1 World Champion in 1978. 1942, Brian Jones, happy birthday. He's a British blues and rock guitarist known for being with the Rolling Stones from 62 to 69. He was also an organist and sitar player.
Very, very cool stuff. Happy birthday to all those different people. Next up on our list in 1945, we got Bubba Smith.
Awesome,
he is the American College Football Hall of Fame defensive end from Michigan State. He won the Pro Bowl in 1970, again in 1971. He was a first-team All-Pro in 1971, and he also won the Super Bowl with the Baltimore Colts in 1971 as well.
Nice.
He then went on to become an actor in the movie Police Academy.
Sweet. Happy birthday to Bubba Smith. 1948, Bernadette Peters, American Tony Award-winning stage and screen actress and singer. Sunday in the Park with George, The Jerk, and Pennies from Heaven, a few things she is known for. Happy birthday.
Yeah, next up, in 1955, we have Gilbert Gottfried. He is the American stand-up comedian and actor. He was in SNL. He did Aladdin, Lago the Parrot, and the Aflac Duck.
That's right. He was the parrot in Aladdin. He was the Aflac Duck. He's awesome. He's super iconic. I love Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah, his voice is just very, very recognizable.
Oh, 100%. He's even looks
his face
recognizable.
is, I was gonna say his scrunched up face.
He's awesome. He's awesome. So very happy birthday.
He's like, I know he's not like a grouchy person, but that's just how I think of him. Is just like so grouchy.
He looks like the cartoon Grouchy, like from Sesame Street.
Yes, he reminds me of oh gosh, do you know who Jeff Dunham is?
Yes, I do. Yeah, he has a lot of funny little puppets.
Puppet.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Walter the Puppet.
Oh, yep. I love him. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was definitely one of the best ones. But happy birthday, Gilbert Gottfried. Definitely a good one. But up next, in the last birthday of the day, 1999, Luka Doncic, one of the biggest basketball stars right now in the NBA. Happy birthday. He's super talented.
Absolutely. Nicely done. But we have some movies that were released on this day. In 2014, Non-Stop was released. And in 2020, The Invisible Man was released.
Sweet. I didn't really hear anything about Non-Stop, but I heard The Invisible Man was like okay.
Yeah, it was interesting to say the least. But I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard of Non-Stop. Oh, this is the Liam Neeson.
On the
train?
Yeah. I know about this one. Yeah, it's just another one of his.
Liam Neeson movies.
Exactly. But yeah, the Invisible Man, didn't really hear a whole lot about it.
Yeah.
It's on Amazon though if you guys want to check it out.
But also on this day in history, in 1953, Cambridge University scientists James D. Watson and Francis H.C. Crick announced that they have determined the double helix structure of DNA, the molecule containing human genes. The molecular biologists were aided significantly by the work of another DNA researcher, Rosalind Franklin, although she is not included in the announcement, nor did she share a subsequent Nobel Prize award for it.
So dumb.
Yes.
So dumb.
No.
I'm so surprised they haven't like fixed that.
I know.
Like to this point, you know what I mean? Because it's still, even in schools, they don't really teach about her as much. Like
I learned
so
about
crazy.
her in college.
Yeah, literally. Like it's like you learn once you go outside of high school. But we do have a winner. It's Bobo over Corner Bar and Goodhue, taking away $78 on the must go for the last prize of these lunch hour games. We do have some more game day bingo going ahead on from 1 to 4, or not from 1 to 4. Yeah, from 1 to 4 p.m. I got that right. Nice. But we do have a lot of awesome stuff to talk about regarding our player spotlight for this week. This week it was Slappy over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, taking home a huge jackpot from this past weekend, $6,800. When they won that huge jackpot, they were supporting a great charity, the Competition Cheer Spirit Booster Club. They are a nonprofit organization that supports cheer programs, spirit groups, and other organizations and activities that benefit the youth. So it's really cool stuff. It always leads us right back around to whenever you guys play pilot games, your community wins. Have a nice day. We'll see you later.
See you guys.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson. Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching.
Cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days! Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson! Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching.
Cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days! Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson!
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching,
Cocktails, t-shirts.
drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
bonus.